Hi my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mahsa and today I am going to be sharing my 2022 reading goals with you guys and going through just some of the books that I need to get read this year. Now you might be thinking, but Mahsa, it's April, almost May, why are you setting goals now? Well, technically speaking, I set these goals at the beginning of the year, but I'm sharing them with you guys now. And honestly, I'm one of those people that I don't think you should just set goals at the beginning of the year. Set goals whenever they come to you, whenever something becomes important to you, when you want to set a goal for it. Just do it like that. There is nothing that says you have to set goals at the beginning of the year, because then you're just forcing yourself to set goals if they're not really something you want to do. Okay, so my first reading goal is to finish my Goodreads challenge. So my Goodreads challenge is currently set at 40 books. I thought that was going to be easy enough for me to do last year and it did not happen. I think I read maybe like 20 odd books or something last year, and the year before that was when I really got back into reading more, and I honestly think I maybe did 10 books the year before that. So 40 is a pretty big goal. It should have been okay because it should be less than one book a week. So I should have been okay with it. I was not. I have been in one of the biggest reading slumps of my life, and I think I've read maybe 3 books so far this year. But that's okay, so we're just gonna try and get read as many books as we can. It doesn't necessarily have to be 40. I would love if it was 40, but I will just as easily settle for 30, or anything that I can get read is a massive bonus. My second reading goal that I really want to get done this year is, I love cookbooks. I seem to just buy cookbooks loads for no reason. I don't really use them very much. I just like having them. I've got a whole section of cookbooks downstairs in the living room. So I would really love to start doing at least one cookbook review a month and posting it on here to see if any of you guys are interested, and trying the different recipes and seeing how easy it is to like substitute ingredients and stuff like that. Basically, it'll give me an excuse to actually use the cookbooks I've got downstairs and see if they're any good, because a lot of the time I buy cookbooks and then I'm like, actually, this isn't that great. So maybe I could save other people the headache of having to find out whether or not the cookbook's actually any good or not. The third thing on my reading goals list is I would like to read more new releases. So a lot of the time, the new books coming out that I'm seeing are sequels, or they're part of the same series, or set in the same world, or things like that. So I don't want to read them because I haven't read the books that have come beforehand. And because I sort of found my way back into books a little bit later, I'm really behind on some of like the most popular book series on BookTok and BookTube, and I'm just a bit behind. So I would like to get to newer books, but I would also like to catch up on the books that I have not read yet. The next thing to do with my reading goals that I've got is I would like to read different genres and different formats of books. So graphic novels I've never really tried, and well, that's a lie, I've just read Heartstopper Volume 1 and it is the most perfect thing I've ever read. It's beautiful, I loved it. So now I'm like, do I like graphic novels? Should I read more graphic novels? Because I haven't before this point. So I'd like to try different forms of reading and different genres that I wouldn't necessarily read. So yeah, so if you've got any really good graphic novel recommendations, then pop them in the comments below, because apparently I really enjoy them. And last but not least, the thing that I would like to do with regards to my reading this year going forward is catch up on some of the popular book series that I have not read yet. And honestly, there is so many of them. So many of them. So, like I said, I was pretty late to the game, so I'm really behind on the popular book series. I think the only 2 major ones that I've read is ACOTAR and the Cruel Prince series, and everything else I still need to read. Yikes. So wish me luck for that. And that leads me very nicely into some books that I need to read this year because I am sick of being out of the loop. Now, I've got my trusty phone and I am going to go on the Goodreads app. We are hoping that it's going to work. And I'm going to share with you guys some of the books and book series that I desperately need to read because I'm pretty sure I've seen all the spoilers that there is for it at this point, but because I don't know the characters and know nothing else about the books, I don't even understand the spoilers. So I'm just like, I just need to get them read and get them out of the way so that I can read other books and not be constantly worried about spoilers. Okay, so first one we are going to begin with, we're just going to get all of the Sarah J Maas ones out of the way. So Throne of Glass series, have not read a single word from it, so great, super thrilled for me, have that to get through. Rumour has it that it will emotionally scar me, but what doesn't at this point in my life? And the second one is Crescent City, and the second Crescent City book that's just come out, which I need to read still, and those are huge. They are chunky books, and I'm scared. Following on from that, I would desperately like to read the Blood and Ash series this year because everyone goes on about it so much. And is that, I think that's the one with Poppy? I want to say Poppy? Again, don't really know, but would really like to read the Blood and Ash series. The next one, I'm just scrolling through my TBR on Goodreads at this point. I would really like to get to the Plated Prisoner series, and that's like Guild, Gleam, something else, I don't know. I'd really like to get to those because they are like still very much all over Book Talk. So I really want to get to them and be like, what is the hype? I still really need to finish and catch up with all of the books in the Zodiac Academy series. So I still need to get through the Zodiac Academy series. I would also like to read the Cursebreaker series, according to Goodreads, and that's the A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and the A Vow So Bold and Deadly, and A Heart So Fierce and Broken. I think I said some of those in the incorrect order, but would really like to read those. Again, it's stuff that people have been going on about for literally ever. So I just want to be in the loop because I feel very much out of the loop. And books like Spanish Love Deception or The Love Hypothesis and other romance books that have been going across Book Talk very much lately, I would like to read those. I would like to read some Kate Robert. Kate Robert? Like Neon Gods? That has literally been on my TBR since I saw it everywhere. Would very much like to get to Neon Gods to see like what is this hype. I would also like to read the Serpent and Dove series. Again, another popular one that I just haven't read. And I would very much like to finish the year having read some of the like classic YA series that I just for some reason haven't read, like Hunger Games. Why have I not read the Hunger Games at this point? I don't know. Why have I not read the Vampire Academy books? This is ridiculous. Why have I not read them? And also, I would really like to read the Percy Jackson books because I haven't yet, and at this point, I'm too scared. I'm a little bit scared. And of course, the number one book that I 100% need to read, and it is my most anticipated release of the year, and that's honestly all I'm focused on right now, 5 months to go, is Kingdom of the Feared by Kerry Maniscalco, and I am so excited for the end to this trilogy. I cannot even begin to explain it. I'm so excited, like beyond excited. Just get me to September, I think it is, that it's coming out. It's already pre-ordered, I just need to get there. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you've set any reading goals. Do you set reading goals at the start of the year, or are you a bit like me and a bit chaotic, so you just set them whenever? And Of the books that I've mentioned, have you read them? What were your thoughts? Where should I start? Which series do you think I should start with of those mentioned? And can we start with the one that's going to emotionally scar me the least, if at all possible? So thanks again for watching. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked the video, comment down below what's not going to emotionally scar me out of those books, and I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye!